All right, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. It's your good friend Pozzible here, and I'm here doing what I do best, getting back to my roots with the next batch of what's coming out this weekend. The next batch has been with me since I started these, even before I developed my own website. I did a test website before where I was working on that, and back in those days, the next batch has been and always been a part of our program, where we look at the next coming movies. So it's a preview before we review movies like Hercules. Excuse me, The Legend of Hercules. Where basically we're going to be retreated again to the story of Hercules. Now, Hercules, interestingly enough, is one of those dual movies. January, this month, we are getting The Legend of Hercules, and then in August of this month, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, has buffed himself up super strong so that he in real life actually does have Herculean strength, as opposed to this twig right here in front of me. No offense to the gentleman, but let's face it. The problem, one thing that I always have with movies, that if you're going to demonstrate something, make sure you demonstrate it properly. I've seen Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and it took some doing, but he eventually did win me over as Thor. But Chris Hemsworth got big, but he never really got Thor big. Thor has always been equal to the Hulk in terms of size. Not like you saw in the Avengers, but like you would see in The Return of the Incredible Hulk. Lou Ferrigno, big, buff, bulging biceps, not just, thick arms, bulging. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Okay, The Legend of Hercules has other things for me to complain about besides the thinness of their star actor here. How about the fact that, they're using the gladiator theme again. He's a person born of privilege, raised as a prince to the kingdom, but because he falls in love with a girl who's betrothed to his brother before he knew they were betrothed, Hercules is now sold into slavery. And guess what he does as a slave? Till the fields. No, he's a gladiator, of course. He fights in the rings, he battles people, and eventually he is able to win his freedom, get make some money, and go over and get her back after defeating his father's army. Oh, I'm sorry, am I giving away too much of the very predictable plot here? Spoiler alerts, in case you haven't noticed. Heck, what do I know? I haven't seen the movie yet. This is a preview, but the trailers do an awful job of selling this. They obviously try to sell this as an action flick. If you like your action to be fast, then slow, then fast, then slow, and then fast again. Watching the trailer, there's lots of cut motions, and that to me is the ultimate killer. Yes, you can have your predictable stories. No big deal. People have seen them before. They'll see them again. But you gotta watch out for the cinematography. They're trying to look so cool by having all their fights in slow motion. That way you can always say, hey, I knew exactly what they did because they did it so slow. I don't know if that's really going to work here. The other part, and this is the real killer for me, is that this is supposed to be Hercules. This is supposed to be from mythology. And I'm not seeing any of the imagination that mythology had during their time. Where's the half-beasts? Where's the monsters? I know Hercules went through trials. I'm no expert, but where's the tests of monsters? And I'm not seeing that here. And you know why? Because they want to make it a true adaptation. They want to show you what the real story would have been like. They want to take away the fantasy and just bring back the harsh realities of what life was like back then, while making every other aspect of that life pure fantasy and everything. It kills me. It just kills me that they would do something like that. They take away the heart of it, the imagination, the fantasy, and they just try to make it this gritty, real movie. So, of course, I give this movie a pass. I don't think it's worthy. I don't think it's going to be good enough. And if anything, if you really want to know what happens in this movie, just watch the trailer. You'll know everything there is to know. Believe it or not, that's the only movie that's coming out this weekend. Excuse me, in terms of wide release. There are other movies coming out. I can't be promised that they're going to show up at your theater, but Hercules will. And I don't think you should read a book, play some games, hang out with some friends, and no matter what you do, I hope you enjoy yourselves. Well, maybe not this weekend, but eventually we should see you at the theaters.